Hey guys, so this is my website. It's called Padlet.com. This is what your dashboard looks like once you create an account and log in. On this dashboard, there's various different important things to just look out for. First, on the top right-hand corner, there is the area where you go to for your account information, so you can go to home. So say you are in a different window and you just click home. This is where it'll take you right back to your dashboard, and then you can go to your profile and edit it. There's a drive and then stats and settings, and then you can also log out. Then if you need any help with the website, here's where you go. Up here you can either hit make a Padlet, join a Padlet, gallery, or upgrade. So the special thing about the gallery is that kind of links up with what the liked area is for this. So if you want anything to go in your liked, so say you just want to save a Padlet that you really liked, you would just go to the gallery. And then there's going to be various different Padlets that other people created, and you can just click on whatever one you want. And then if you really like it after you watch it and you want to save it, you can just hit the heart up here. And then if you want to remake it, sometimes that's an option as well, or you can share it with a friend. But once you do like that, then you just go to the home, and then you can go to liked, and it should be there in your liked area of the website. And then here's the shared portion, and in the shared portion, this is where, like, if you are working on a Padlet with a friend, they can share it with you and you can edit it. And then you also have your made and then recent. So even if, like, I didn't like this Valentine's Day thing and I didn't put a heart under it, it would still show under my recents. Just in case I forgot, it's really nice. I can go back. But in order to make a Padlet, you just go up here to make a Padlet. Under Make a Padlet, there's many different options. You can either go to the Start with a Blank option, or you can go to Pick a Template. A lot of these templates do match up with the blank options though, so say I wanted to start with a blank template. All of these do have previews. So for example, under the Shelf option, there's a preview of the KWL chart that was just showed in the templates right down here. So that will help you just like make a connection to, like, if you do click on this and you're like, okay, I want to start blank, but what can I make this into? And then you can just see like that this is an option. A lot of these are great for educational purposes too, just because say kids are doing a KWL chart and they want to create their own, or maybe they're doing a project where they get to pick their own little topic and they want to get an idea of what they don't know. They can create one of these. Or there's a storyboard, and if you're reading a book in class, maybe they can create a storyboard to represent everything that happens in that story, beginning, middle, end, all the details, the plot. That's a great way of representing it. Or you can do an organizational chart. So say you had like a family project where you did a family tree and kids had to like do their family tree, this would be a great option as well. So it really just depends on what you're doing. So I'm actually going to go into the preview just to show you guys again what that looks like. And then we are going to go into select, and this is where you start a new one. You'll notice that the screen does a weird thing because it does want you to verify what the thing is on here. I'm going to skip that because I don't really know what it was looking for. Alright, here we go. Crosswalks. Okay, so once it loads up, there should be a title and then a description. So we're going to just change the title. I'm going to do a KWL chart since this is the shelf version. I'm going to just say the title is What Do We Want to Know About Otters? And then I would just change the description to a KWL chart. And then next it's going to have you choose a wallpaper. They have like 4 options that they'll show you right off the bat, but then you can go into more. And here they'll show you a bunch of different ones. So like if I click on one, it'll show you. There's really a lot in here. But then one of the fun options is you can add your own. You can paste a link to a photo. So say I were to go into Google and look up a photo of otters. go to Google Images, Settings, Advanced Search, and then I would just say free to use or share. And then here are various different pictures. What I would do is I would select a picture and then I would copy the link that it gives you, so the share link. You can copy it in here and then go like that. And I did notice that this option on the Padlet wasn't working for me whenever I tried it. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like. You can always try it and see if it works, but it tended to not work for me. So it did show the right image, but once I hit OK, most times it won't work. So I'll show you another perfect option that did seem to work for me. You go to add your own again, but instead you can choose an image. So I already put an image onto my desktop from Google that was safe enough to share and use. So I'm going to click on it. Here it is. So I'm going to choose this image. And it just needs to load up. And then it'll show you the preview again, and you just have to hit OK. And then it'll show up on your picture. Okay, so then you're going to go back, and then you can do different things. You can change the theme, so if you want the text boxes to be light, you can keep it that way, or you can do dark. And then you can also do different fonts, so I'm going to just type it in. Uh-oh. Alright, so you're going to do different fonts. I don't know why it's not working, but I did notice that sometimes this website is just a little weird and it doesn't always work. So I would recommend just like being very specific about what you want your kids to do, because I feel like the more specific it is, the more likely it'll be to work out. So let's see if it works this time. Nope. Okay, I'm going to keep working. So say I change the font, you can see that it's changing up at the title right here. And it'll show you the different ones. I like this one or that one. And then you can choose different symbols to like symbolize what your Padlet's about. So I don't really see a symbol of an animal, but just say for fun, we can do that. And then there's different ones, like I said, that you can look at. Another big one is like you can put different filters on it. You can display author name above each post or not. It's up to you. And then there's a profanity filter. And then this is collaboration, so you can turn it on if you want, but it can allow viewers to comment on posts or not. And then here are the tags. You can make a Padlet easier to search for by adding a tag in. So otters. There we go. And then I can just add that, and then that's like a tag that I could use. And then here is the website address that you can use to share it with people. So you can copy and paste that. And then you just hit next. Okay, and then this is where the people and privacy comes up, which is a really nice option. You can either choose private, and you can add a contributor even if you make it private. So basically this just means that only you and the people you add can access the Padlet. And then there's also the option of allow anyone to use a copy of this Padlet as a template for their own work and remake it. So that goes back to where I went to the gallery in the very beginning, where it shows you all these different Padlets and you can go remake it, but it really just depends on their settings. So they might not allow you to remake it, they might allow you, it just depends on them. And then there's also the option of password protection, so you can have a password protected document or a Padlet for this as well, which is really cool. And that way, like, it's a little bit easier, because if you want to add contributors but you're not sure, you can always just put a password protected file up, and then you can send them the password so that they can use it or access it. And those who do have the password, you can change the settings to can read, can write, can moderate. And that's just your options with that. So that's another cool thing, is you can give them the password, but then they don't necessarily have the rights to edit it unless you give them that right. And then secret is also another option. Anyone who has the link or QR code can access the Padlet. So this is very similar to the password protected, which means you can give them the password and they can access it, and you still have the setting of can write, can read, and can moderate. So that's pretty much the same thing, it's just instead it's a link or a QR code rather than a password. And then you can also make it public. I chose to make this private and then, or not private, secret, so that I can just send a link. And I have it as can read because that's just what I want to use it for, just so that it's more confidential. Okay, and then you just hit next, and then you can start posting. So then this is where it allows you to start typing. So what do I know about otters? They live in the water. And then you would just hit save, and then you can add a column here, and you can write more things and save. And then you can add another one, and you can keep adding as many as you want. In each column, you can rename the column, or you can delete it. And then you can add a new column. This is where things start to get a little bit more fun to play around with, even more things you can add in here. So here you would put a title, so how long can otters hold their breath for? Uh-oh, here we go. And then you would put the answer. Say you want to add an URL in it there and embed a video, you can do that. Or you can Google something, you can Google a video about otters and it'll show up, or you can do GIFs, or you can do images, and you can search the web. You can also add pictures in there, or you can upload like any of these things. You can add a location, draw, snap, Google, enter URL, or upload a file from your computer. And that's really pretty much it with Padlet. I'm going to go back to show you my final product. Alright. So this is what I did with mine. I have different columns, what we know, what to know, what we learned. And then you can put like a video, like I have a video in here right now. And you can make it a full page. So it's really up to you what you want to do.
At the National Zoo, we provide
you can do that.
and small clawed otters with a variety of items in their diet. We give them clay.
And then that's my Padlet. To go with the ISTE standards, this goes with the Creative Communicator section of 6C. Students communicate complex ideas clearly and effectively by creating or using a variety of digital objects such as visualization, models, or simulations. So if you are looking for a standard to go with that, that's the one that I found best matched. And then to exit your Padlet, you just go to Home, and then you're back at your dashboard.